Hey guys, this is Josh Shoemaker here again with another bowling ball review, and like always, we're joined again with Dan Keenan. So today it's going to be for the Summit Ascent. So Summit Ascent features the same centripetal HD AI core that was found in the original Summit and the Summit Peak, but now it's wrapped in R2S solid. So I was, personally for me, I think it was back in 2017, 2018, I was a big fan of the Sonic, and that was wrapped in the R2S Pearl cover. And ever since they came out with that, a big diff, low RG symmetric core, I was hoping to see R2S solid wrapped around that, and unfortunately we never got it. So as soon as I saw that we were getting the Summit Ascent, I was really excited. So I went ahead and drilled this one. 5 inches pin up standard, one of my favorite layouts. So it's going to be a good comparison to the original Summit. The original Summit for me, I threw a ton. I drilled 2 of them. They were both tanks. Just really big, chuggy, symmetrical pieces that also could shape a lot more than the idols for me. So on here, we're on the end pair. Typical house shot, fresh pattern here. It usually looks a lot, so you're going to probably see us both kind of start in the middle part of the lane and creep left as the day goes on. So I'll start in the middle here. Try to stay decently forward with it, get it up the lane. As you can see, it just kind of rolls off the friction. For me, at least what I've seen out of it so far, it kind of reminds me of like a bigger IQ Tour. IQ Tours for me were always buttery smooth, but as the volumes of oil have increased, they've gotten a little bit quicker. So something with a little bit more diff, same low RG, but same kind of cleaner cover has been really good.
All right, so I drilled mine 5x4x2. It's kind of becoming my more standard first drill in all my stuff. Throwing it so far, and like Josh said, I think it's just going to be a bigger IQ. IQs for me, even though they're smooth, they're still, for me, very angular. I think this is going to cut out some of the, with the bigger weight block, it's going to cut out some of that angle. Not enough blend.
Yeah, so that first shot that I threw, I rolled that pretty well, and that one still went pretty high flush. This ball definitely doesn't lack any shape. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump to left right off the bat here. I see this as being a really good league ball for me and a good transition piece on like kind of the longer tournament formats. We have plenty of hook in this center, and this is the center I bowl league in now. So if I'm blending it with a bigger ball, I usually don't put a lot of surface. And if I put something with a little bit weaker of a cover like this, I usually hit it with like a light 1000 just to kind of blend it a little bit more. I'll move 2 left here, 1 with the eyes. Ooh. Yeah, I fell off that one a little bit.
It's all in the footwork.
Yeah.
I got to teach Josh. You got to give it a full stomp. You never miss on a stomp. All right, so I'm just gonna move 2 left. Also, try not to get it as wide as I did, just to get it to save up. Or you can move left and hit it harder, unintentionally. All right.
Really highlighting how sharp we are here.
Josh makes me do these videos early. I'm not loose yet.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and sand the same spot as I did last time. Just try to come out of it a little bit better. Got a little twirly with that one and a little bit up the lane, so I didn't see it quite early enough. There you go. That was a little bit left, but actually rolled that one so it saw it early enough to get through the pins, whereas that first one kind of trolled it a little bit and scooted a little bit too far on me.
All right, that was better. I can creep one back right. One back right, yes.
What are these one board moves that you're making here?
I gotta go one back to the right.
All right, go ahead and move other two here. I don't know, we'll full rack here. See if we can get it lined up.
Ain't never gonna happen.
We tried.
Would have struck anyways. That was good. That was a bull U
Well,
rack.
bull
right
U
there.
rack.
Okay. Yeah, I like it a lot so far. We're doing the video on it now. It's kind of like just a smoother middle of the road piece. So
Yeah. I'm gonna get that. What is soaking over there? What's the price over there?
All right, now that I hit my target.
I think it's pretty much like high-end price, so same as like all the other high-end stuff.
I just gotta do some drywall work here. I had to do some drywall work over here in the break room. They the meeting room. So.
Oh, okay, very cool. Yeah, we're doing the ball review video for it.
So I moved one right there since I finally hit my target a couple shots ago.
See you later, man.
Yeah, take it easy.
So that was much better. Betterer.
More gooder.
Gooder. Betterer. About 11 shots in now, so now my legs actually feel like I can use them.
All right, so we'll go right back to where that last shot was, and like I did before, kind of slow it down a little bit. Let the ball shape. As you can see, even just being able to slow it down a little bit like that, it has no problem shaping. Even on this fresh shot, I mean, already 5 left of where I started, and I could easily go probably another 5 and slow it down a little bit more, and it's going to have no problem shaping from there.
So as Josh was saying, I can really see this with a little bit more surface on it, being kind of a house shot killer. With it at 3/4, I think it's at 4,000 out of the box. So I think if I had it at 3 or 4, probably be a good transition ball in league. Probably a third, fourth game in some of the bigger tournaments when I need to get left and have a little shape. So you can see, now that I'm in the right spot, I have a little miss right because it'll blend off of it. Kind of go, it gets going towards the pocket. Doesn't really go forward too quick. Goes forward at the right spot. And it, honestly, it doesn't mind seeing a little oil.
Alright, so go ahead and jump another 2 and 1 here. Slowing it down a little bit.
That's a good shot.
Yeah. I got that one going a little inside out, so it saw that oil and just kind of shot through it. So definitely need to slow it down a little bit more or get it going right a little bit quicker from that zone.
So off the last 2 here, I'm just going to creep. Josh will yell at me when he hears this later, but I'm just going to go board. about what I expect.
All right, go ahead and switch to the original Summit here. So with this having quite a bit stronger of a cover, I'll go ahead and go where we started with it, kind of roll it, keep the ball speed up, and you should see this one shape quite a bit sooner than the Ascent. Yeah, so that one for me it picked up substantially sooner and was a little bit rounder off of it, where that Ascent kind of scooted through it a little bit more and went a little bit more forward from there.
So I'm going to go to the OG myself. Just a similar layout, very slightly stronger layout, but the cover of the ball substantially stronger. So I'm actually going to move to right, expecting this to go forward a little quicker. Probably be a hair lazier down lane. It's my first comparison to these two. Yeah, so I was too right. Definitely tumbles more. A little forward, so it blended the friction even better. So I'll stay right there and just keep my eyes in a little bit on the next shot.
So I'm gonna go ahead and jump 5, or 5 and 3, so I'll end up in that kind of middle zone I was with the Ascent, where I left the 9-pin. We'll see if this one can shape enough from here. Yeah, so you can see that one, how much slower
I clipped them on
is.
Josh.
Yeah.
My bad. My rev rate.
So that one being is so much slower than that Ascent from that part of the lane, even though it still hooks plenty, it kind of saw that friction went forward, or the oil in the middle part of the lane went forward as opposed to the Ascent. Finally seen the friction down lane and had enough to get going left.
All right, so I'm just going to keep my eyes in here. So that was with my eyes in, going up the lane. I didn't really move my feet. And as you see, like, it does, the OG, if it sees oil past the mid lane, it's already going forward. So it's just going to scoot through that versus going through it.
I'll switch over the Ion here. So Ion, similar-ish strength cover, I would say, to the Ascent. I mean, R2S Solid being a little bit on the weaker side, but the core is almost double in diff. So I feel like these are pretty comparable. I personally think that this gets down the lane and scoots a little bit more than my Ascent does. So go ahead and start a little bit straighter, more forward, just like I have with the other two balls. All right, so that one was a little bit inside out. But as you can see, that one definitely was the cleanest of the bunch, at least for me. Mine doesn't flare a ton, so it definitely gets down lane and it's pretty quick.
So we are on the fresh. So again, part of these videos is kind of showing not necessarily what ball is right now. It's really to separate what you might see under current conditions. So I'm going to go the IQ, OG IQ. Very similar layout. Might even be the same layout. I can't remember. I'm going to jump, stay right on top of it here and see what this does. Probably let the first one see friction. So that really shows you how good that Ascent is at getting through that buildup that's created. So this is a house, the cliff forms very quickly, side to side, and it forms front to back also. So this is a really good example of how good the Ascent's going to be. I'm going to jump back into it next shot. I think it'll be a pretty good ball right now.
Yeah, kind of what Dan says. I think the fresh here is normally decently easy. They do feel like there's a little bit more volume than normal out, at least on this pair right now. They might not have been stripped as well as they usually are. So for me, if I'm starting in this iron, I'm usually pretty straight and forward with it. And then as soon as I have to chase it left, I have to get into something with a little bit more cover or a little bit more diff because it just doesn't shape quite enough. But I'll go ahead and jump 5, kind of in that middle zone where we're with the Ascent. Make sure I grab all of this one. Yeah, there's just not quite enough ball from that part of the lane right now. Like Dan said, I think we'll jump into the Ascent for 1 or 2 more shots here and kind of wrap it up. Fortunately, YouTube's not a big fan of the videos over 20 minutes, so that's where I've been having to cut off most of them now because they won't upload.
So it's definitely substantially more ball than an IQ.
Yeah, it's crazy how much difference the cores make, even with them having the same cover. And a lot of people say too, I mean, the formulation of R2S has definitely changed over the years. I don't think the R2S formula that was on the original High Roads and IQ Tours is the same strength that's the ones that we're getting today. But that's also up for debate. So I'll see if I can, one more good shot here. Kind of end in this middle zone where I thought this looked the best.
Good shot.
All right. I thought that was pretty good. Again, like I said, we kind of got almost 2 games on this pair now. This is kind of when we see the cliff, unfortunately, forming here. It's usually pretty friendly to us the first game and a half, and then after that, they get kind of weird for about a game, and then usually they end pretty easy too.
All right, I'm going to jump from the last shot here. Try to keep it slow. So you can see the Ascent, you can definitely, even a guy like me with that mid-range rev rate, I can still open up the lane, open up my angles. Just can't be scared to do it when I see this. More than the IQ would have been lazy there, probably even missed it. So definitely a good transition piece here in League.
Yeah, I think that was a perfect shot to end on there. So if you guys are interested, go ahead and head on to your local Storm VIP Pro Shop. I'd say put your pre-order in, but probably by the time this video comes out, it's going to be out because it's releasing this Friday on the 23rd. We'll catch you guys in the next one.
See ya.